Hey, what's up? It's Jordan, Jordan's Corner. Just doing a little bit of studying tonight. I've got a test tomorrow over some sort of recommendation stuff for patient counseling. And so, of course, I've got diet and exercise in here. And I just kind of wanted to read to you some of the behavioral factors associated with successful weight loss and stuff that people reported as barriers that are associated with the lower likelihood of successful weight loss. And this all comes from the International Journal of Behavior and Nutritional Physiology, 2006. So, pretty prestigious journal and some legitimate information. This is from a survey of over 6,000 United States residents reporting successful and unsuccessful weight loss attempts. So, common strategies that are helping people lose weight. These were common. So people will on average exercise more than 30 minutes a day. They used fewer supplements, non-prescription diet products. They engaged in meal planning close to 40% of the time. They tracked calories about 20% of the time. They weighed themselves, it says here, daily, and they lifted weights about 20% each way. And then the barriers that people were reporting to them getting results, they had no time, they were too tired to exercise, it was too hard to maintain an exercise routine, not sure what that is, and they frequently ate away from home, which is probably, to be honest with you, that's probably one of the biggest things that I see that's preventing people from actually getting results. It's always, we got to eat out, or we got this, we got that, away from home. Which, on one hand, I get it. It's way easier to eat clean while you're in the home, but it's really not that hard to eat well while you're out. You just need to get in that mindset that, not every day is a treat, not every day is, a celebration. And, even if it is a celebration, what's wrong with getting a steak and veggies? I don't get it. Just, you can do well while you're out, but the biggest things I would say to do while you're out is, first you got to say, I just want it cooked by itself. I don't want any of the seasoning or the oil or anything else like that on the side, because honestly they put way more stuff in there than you could ever possibly imagine, and it really kind of gets those calories a little out of control. I would prefer to stick with like a fish or something like that, because unless you're going to a steakhouse where they actually have really good cuts of meat, because some of these cuts are just atrocious as far as the fat count, and I don't think fat is bad at all. It's just, if you're getting a steak and it's a 10-ounce steak and it's got 50 grams of fat, well, your calories are probably going to go bust for the day. But, and the same thing is with like if you're getting it with broccoli, for instance, and they're dousing it in butter, well, if you had it on the side, you could kind of control how much butter is going on there. Otherwise, your calories are going to get out of control, which, again, is not helping you get closer to your goal. But this is just assuming that you order something healthier like that to begin with, instead of, the quesadillas or this big pasta dish or whatever. I don't know a lot of people. I know some people. I don't know a lot of people that put out or are active enough during the day or during the week to really earn themselves a really big pasta dish per week, especially not if they're trying to lose weight. But yeah, and then people say it's they don't have any time. This is my biggest gripe against stuff like yoga and Pilates or whatever. I think they can be decent modalities for people to get extra work in, get some mobility stuff or stretching in. But if you don't have enough time, if that's your chief complaint, you don't have enough time to exercise or make all your meals or this, that, and the other, then why could I possibly be behind recommending an hour or more 2 to 3 times a week of something that's not going to help you get stronger? It's not going to help build more muscle to help better partition nutrients. It's not going to help you comply to a diet, and it's not going to provide any physical changes in your body, other than maybe making you feel guilty from the real skinny girls that go do yoga, but they've always been skinny. So I can't get behind that. When people say they're too tired to exercise, it's like, you've got 168 hours in a week. If you can't dedicate 3 of those hours at least to going to the gym and training, squats, presses, deadlifts, stuff like that, then you're just not motivated, and that's fine. Like, you don't have to be motivated to change your life, to change your body, whatever, but then don't complain about it either. It's just, you don't get to complain if you're not going to prioritize what you say that you want to do. So anyway, I'm just kind of going over these ADA recommendations. Do you understand the stuff that they're recommending? When they say, oh, shows improvement, they're saying in over 3 months they're showing on average a 2.5 kilogram loss, which is about 5.5 pounds. Which is just, I mean, if I really wanted to, I could do that in a day. I mean, really. So it's just kind of like, and these are for people with BMIs over 25, which is technically overweight. Over 30 is obese, over 25 is overweight. Technically, I'm overweight because my BMI is higher than 25. So it's just kind of this sort of governmental agency recommendations. This is not where you should be getting your nutritional information. This is not where you should be getting your exercise information. So I'm going to make some Jordan Dietetics Association, some JDA recommendations. What I would do for optimal health, optimal performance, that's still going to fit in a busy lifestyle. 6 out of 7 days a week, you're going to eat only single ingredient foods. If it's got more than one ingredient, not for you. Each meal has got to have an animal product in it or a protein source, something like that. And you're going to eat anywhere between 3 to 4 times a day, with a minimum of 3 hours between meals, a maximum of 5 hours per meal between meals. And you're going to have an animal protein at every meal. You're going to have a vegetable at every meal, and then your carbs and fat are going to be determined by how active you are. The more active you are, the more you get of each, and the less active you are for that day, the less you get of each. And then finally, for conditioning and training, 3 hours a week, you got to do strength training. That's got to be it. Big movements so you can get the biggest bang for your buck. Squats, deadlifts, presses, cleans, all that stuff. If you don't know the movements, get a coach. Even for a session or two, they will empower you. Come see me, I'll empower you. And then, you got to do 2 days a week, preferably on non-training days where you just go and you condition hard. This is running hills, this is pushing a prowler, this is doing some interval stuff. And if you can't do that, if you're not in shape enough to actually push that intensity yet, then you just got to walk or do something light like that, but it's going to have to be more frequent. So I'm just trying to get, what I've laid out here, you could get done. This is kind of similar to Tim Ferriss's 4-hour work week. You could do all of this in 4 hours a week dedicated to improving your own body, your own fitness, your own lifestyle like that. And if you don't have 4 hours out of 168 to dedicate to your own personal well-being, then we need to do some priority and damage control. So anyway, all right, rant off for tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy.